The Alaska Range. Unforgivable, brutal, and alive with danger. With avalanche risks lurking every second, it's the last place you want to get lost, especially in a Cessna 172. On a cold, wintry morning at Anchorage International Airport, a Global Freightways A310 was just arriving, ready for a routine cargo run to Fairbanks, but this short flight would soon take an unexpected turn. The A310 sits quietly waiting at gate N4 at Anchorage International Airport. There is a blizzard raging across the airport. Visibility is poor and snow pelts down on the cockpit windows. Air traffic control has temporarily shut down all departures. Runways are being cleared by snowplows. No one knows when the airport will open again. In the cockpit, the captain and the first officer walk through the pre-flight checklist. The flight plan is loaded. A short hop to Fairbanks, just 260 miles to the north.
Global Freightways 714 Anchorage ground. You're cleared for engine start. Expect runway 15 for departure in 15 minutes.
The captain immediately powers up the APU, hoping to get off the ground before the next wave of snow hits. Although mail, their cargo is time sensitive and needs to be delivered soon. The A310's CF6 engines roar to life. Snow continues to fall. The airport is still eerily quiet as the pilots complete the last part of their after-start checklist. Finally, it's time to go.
Global Freightways 714. Taxi to runway 15 via taxiways Alpha, Bravo. Hold short of runway 15.
With steam rolling off the engines, Global Freightways 714 begins its slow taxi to runway 15 along the snow-covered taxiways of Anchorage International Airport in Alaska. Within a few minutes, the A310 is at the hold short point for runway 15.
Global Freightways 714, continue taxi. Position and hold runway 15. Traffic on final has gone missed.
Ahead of them, a Cessna Grand Caravan was forced to go around. Visibility had dropped too low on final approach, and the snow-covered runway was just too risky to attempt landing on. So Flight 714 lines up with the snow-covered runway, ready to depart.
Global Freightways 714, Anchorage Tower. Wind 160 at 12, runway 15 cleared for takeoff. Report airborne.
It's time to go. The captain powered up the engines to toga power, and they were off, rolling down the icy runway. The captain could barely see 20 feet ahead as the jet powered along the runway. He pulled back gently on the yoke, and the bird lifted into the air.
All aircraft in the vicinity of the Alaska Range, be advised, search and rescue operations are active for a missing aircraft. Last known position, approximately 40 nautical miles south of Denali, altitude 8,500 feet.
2 hours ago, a Cessna 172 had taken off from Talkeetna Airport, but in the harsh conditions of the blizzard, now seem to be lost. With winds gusting up to 38 knots, the Cessna wouldn't last long.
Aircraft is a white and blue Cessna 172, tail number November 784, Charlie Lima. Last contact was 1 hour ago during low visibility conditions. If visual contact or ELT signal is received, advise Anchorage Center immediately.
With the storm closing in, the search and rescue effort started. In the air was X-Cub for low altitude search and a Bell 407 that would search for any signs of a crash of the missing Cessna. But suddenly, the Cub pilot spots something. Is that the vertical stabilizer of the Cessna?
Anchorage Center, this is Search Aircraft X-Cub 2. I've got a possible visual. Stand by.
Could this be the missing Cessna, downed in the blizzard?
White fuselage. Looks down in a ravine just past grid B22, southwest slope. It's hard to confirm. No movement, no beacon. Negative visual. Not an aircraft. Repeat, not an aircraft. False alarm.
The white reflection of the snow was playing tricks on the X-Cub pilot's eyes. It wasn't the Cessna. But the Cessna is still out there, and wherever it is, it would be out of fuel by now. The crew of the A310 are listening to this commotion. They want help, but they don't know how. Their aircraft, an Airbus A310, is too large to help with the search. But then, the captain of the A310, James, gets an idea. There's a slim chance that the Cessna might be outputting something on its radio. He tunes his comm radio. Nothing. But then, something faint. A glimmer of hope. The pilots of the Airbus look at each other in shock. They've found it. Morse code for SOS. The Cessna is out there, and the pilot's alive.
Anchorage Center, Global Freightways 714. We're picking up a continuous Morse code signal on 121.5. Definite SOS pattern.
Copy, Global 714. Hold current heading and altitude. We're advising search and rescue now. Can you give a signal strength reading?
Signal's weak but increasing slightly. We'll continue monitoring.
This was not protocol. This had never been done before, but the captain knew that this was the Cessna pilot's only opportunity for rescue.
November 452, X-Ray Charlie, Anchorage Center. Be advised, signal received on 121.5 MHz by Global Freightways 714 at flight level 310, confirmed as SOS in Morse. You are currently the closest low-altitude asset in range.
Roger that. Changing heading to 080. I'll descend to 1,800 feet for visual sweep. Terrain's rough out here. Lots of snowdrifts and tree cover.
Copy. We've notified Search and Rescue Command. Continue search and report any visual or audio contact. Maintain squawk 1200 and monitor emergency frequency.
The Cessna had landed at a tiny gravel airstrip. He hoped his SOS signal would bring the search and rescue, as this airstrip was too remote and his plane was out of fuel. But he knew it wouldn't last long in the freezing cold of the Alaska ranges. The race was on to find him.
Anchorage Center, X-Cub 452 X-Ray Charlie. I've got a visual. Flashing light on the ground, 11 o'clock low, near a tree-covered ridge. Possible aircraft.
X-Cub 452, confirmed sighting. Is it an aircraft?
Affirmative. I see a Cessna. Tail number partially visible. Matches missing aircraft. It's parked on a small snow-covered strip. No other signs of life, but I'm seeing cockpit movement. They're alive.
X-Cub 452, roger that. SAR assets en route. Hold position in orbit if fuel permits. Great work.
Finally, the Cessna was found. And all because a worried captain came up with a brilliant idea. The Cessna pilot was soon rescued by the Coast Guard. The A310 landed safely. All was good.